Really amazing.
Yeah.
And them language monkeys, they're a weird bunch, man.
All right. 21. It is beneficial to find out when I am wrong about something.
Hell yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I strongly
Well, who
agree
the
with
hell would
that too.
argue with that?
Well, if somebody says, even if I'm wrong, I don't want to find out.
Really? You've heard people say that?
Yeah, I mean, for a lot of things, like, do I really want to know if my spouse is cheating on me? Would it benefit me if I found out? That'd be
Is
one
that
example.
really amazing?
Yeah.
And them language monkeys, they're a weird bunch, man.
Or if if I was wrong about not going to heaven, I don't want to know. I don't
Well,
know if that relates to like Pascal's wager or not, but I like because that just popped into my head because of that. Like I would believe it just in case. It's kind of like saying I don't really want to know. I don't know. That might be a stretch.
what's Pascal's wager again? I don't remember that.
The way I understand it is it's better to believe and be wrong
Yeah, okay.
because
Yeah,
because
because, yeah. Okay.
if I'm right, I gain everything. If
Yeah,
I'm wrong, I don't lose anything.
yeah. So I'll just go ahead and believe in God and heaven and everything anyway. Yeah.
Right. Just in case.
But it just seems so obvious that believing for that reason would disqualify you. you know?
Well, if I were God and people were believing it just in case, I'd
Yeah,
be
yeah.
pretty
Fuck them. I'd burn
insulted.
them right now, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is beneficial to find out when I am wrong about something.
Yeah, that's just obvious, man. I just anyone who doesn't accept that is, pathologically deformed.
What if we took the comfort one, that example? Like,
Ah,
it is beneficial to find out when I'm wrong about the hummingbird sending me being the message that my deceased loved one sent me from heaven or whatever.
mm. Say that again.
Um, we
I mean,
talked about
no,
like,
yeah, I remember that, but I just want to get the
yeah,
grand.
if I'm the one that's holding the belief that the hummingbird that I saw is a message from my recently deceased loved one saying that they're okay and that they're in heaven. Is it beneficial to find out that I was wrong about that?
Well, it depends. Yeah, it. Yeah, I don't think there's a simple answer for that. I mean, you know, if you don't really give a shit about truth or anything like that, you just want to be comfortable and it's not influencing anybody else or anything. I guess you could just go ahead and be delusional and be happy. And if that's all you want out of life, then okay. I mean, there are a
Hmm.
lot of people who are, what's the word I'm looking for? Shit. They used to be called mongoloids, but there's another word for them. Down syndrome. People with Down syndrome can be
Hmm.
happy, people.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's all sorts of possibilities in the universe. Committed truth seekers isn't for everybody. And, so like I say, I can see, yeah, what if someone's just stupid? Someone's got an IQ of 75. What do you do with someone like that? They have all sorts of ideas floating around in their head. Maybe if they're happy, maybe that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into a debate with them about it.
Right. Yeah, because you're not using the same
Yeah.
tools.
So people like someone who believes the hummingbird, I mean, that's so far out there for me that it's like I wouldn't want to jump in on that. I'd just sort of walk away again, politely.
Yeah. Yeah. The question has come up before, like, uh, would I avoid um, having an SE conversation with somebody who's mentally ill, like on the
Oh,
street or whatever? You know,
yeah.
and my inclination is, I'd rather not. Like, I I would rather not have an SE conversation with someone who's mentally ill. And the question is, well, why not? Or yeah, why wouldn't I?
Yeah, but see, I would say that's fair game because I mean, well, like my profile says, 95% of people, 95% of the time, live in a language-induced hypnotic trance. So, as far as I'm concerned, most people are mentally ill. It's just that
Hmm.
they're all mentally ill in more or less the same, cohesive way that everybody else is. So it kind of works. The
Yeah.
question is whether the conversation is going to be of any value to. I mean, because the reason you're doing this epistemology, street epistemology stuff is, well, I mean, it's for the people that you're interviewing, but it's more for the people who are listening. It's not
Yeah.
just the person that you're interviewing. It's other people who get to hear this stuff and consider it. So talking
Right.
to someone who's mentally ill might be really productive. It
Yeah.
may not help the mentally ill person, and it may be uncomfortable for them or even for you, or it may be dangerous, in which case you wouldn't want to do it.
That's kind of what I mean. Like, I'm not a big guy. I don't, whenever I would feel physically in danger, that I would not like, you know what I mean? Like,
No, I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't put
yeah,
myself in danger. Are you
yeah.
familiar? Have you heard the YouTube channel Soft White Underbelly?
No,
Oh, you
I'm
are.
writing it down. Soft white under, like a shark.
Well, well, no, it's about well, a guy. He started this a few years ago. He interviews people on the fringes of society. I mean, drug addicts, homeless people, prostitutes, murderers.
You talking
He,
about Jesus?
huh? Anyway, he's got hundreds of interviews of
Okay.
people that are usually like a half hour long or so, and he's an amazing interviewer because he's just lucky. There are probably a bunch of them that he hasn't posted, but he finds people that talk, you know, and
Uh-huh.
he always starts off with, your childhood. Did you have both your parents when you're growing up? That's his first question always,
Oh,
and then.
that gives him a lot of information, he feels.
Well, I don't think he cares about information. He just sets it up and lets these people talk.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And I mean, he does that. He pursues questions, but honestly, in a half hour program, he may not talk. Actually, you may not hear his voice for more than 3 or 4 minutes
Uh-huh.
in the whole thing in a half hour program. And
So he sets up a monologue, basically.
well, he brings these people in, puts a camera on them, and and lets them talk about their life. I mean, he's, I mean, a lot of them are homeless, a lot of them are drug addicts, all sorts of people on the fringes,
Hmm.
some Christian pastors, even. There's a Christian pastor in there. He just interviews people, but again, it's just absolutely fascinating, and I think you might find them interesting.
I did see recently a documentary on homelessness. I can't remember what streaming service it was on, but it was basically an interview of a bunch of uh, different homeless people in different cities.
Yeah,
Um, and so that was pretty interesting. And it kind of was the same format, like here's the camera, go ahead and say what you want to
yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah. Well, like I say, this guy's got hundreds of interviews. They're one-on-ones. You never see him in the camera. It's just a close-up of the person. They're sitting on a stool with something behind them. He's got a studio in downtown LA where he does this. So a lot of the interviews now, he used to do some traveling, but
Hmm.
nowadays most of his stuff is done in downtown LA.
Hmm.
He's got his studio right there in Skid Row, and and people show up, and he puts the camera on them, and they talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, worth your
Yeah.
to look at a few of those.
Yeah. You said that he does that in prisons too?
No,
Because that,
no,
oh, okay.
no. He used to travel around the United States and do it. So he
Uh-huh.
did them on location. One
Right.
of his best ones is an inbred family in some Ozarks or Appalachian Mountains or something,
Yeah.
and that one is really bizarre. There's three. That was the Yeah. I mean, one of them couldn't even talk. He just barked.
Oh, interesting.
R- Really weird looking, physically deformed, crazy fucking people. After like 8 generations of inbreeding.
Hmm.
Yeah, he just finds the weirdest people in the world. I mean, that was probably the most extreme. Most of the other ones are, like I say, prostitutes, drug addicts, homeless people, criminals, uh,
Yeah.
imps, uh, you name it. Uh,
Soft white underbelly.
yeah,
Okay.
on
Yeah, I
YouTube.
wrote it. Yeah, I wrote it down.
Yeah,
I'll definitely check it out.
yeah, you will find it very interesting, I'm sure.
Yeah.